you just kind of ask yourself, like, Jesus came and died on the cross for us, and that was love in action. And when I look around and I see everybody working together, and I see the cause of Christ coming together in one clinic, and that's what I shared with the team the other night. We're here for a reason and a purpose, and that's what it is. It's just love in action.
You know, we're not in this for money. We're in it to show love and compassion, and that's how God is with us. You know, He just loves us. He just gives us everything we need, and that's what we want to do for these people.
It really is. Love is something that you do, and it changes lives. And I just give God thanks for Bobby and Sherry.
Hi, I'm Sherry Burnett. Welcome to the Love a Child program today. We are here far away from Farm Prisión in a village called Nip. It's an area that was struck in October of last year by Hurricane Matthew. These people suffered so much and had so many calamities in their life, and they felt like nobody had ever come to give them any help whatsoever. They said the government never came, no missionaries ever came, nobody ever came, and they felt like they were completely forgotten. And we made them a promise that as soon as we could, we would come back and bring a mobile clinic. And today, this day is so urgent and so important. Yesterday, we saw nearly 700 people in one day with our little band of missionaries. And today, we're going to see the worst cases, even worse than we saw yesterday. This program is so urgent and so important. And I pray that your heart will be touched today, that you would become the Good Samaritan. You know, Jesus said, what's the most important commandment? Love God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your soul, and love your neighbor as yourself. These people are your neighbor. Believe it or not, they are the ones that God has put in front of your heart today. This program is so important. I'm sorry that Bobby could not be with us today, but he had an urgent call and he had to leave. But today, the needs are still here. Listen with your heart. Respond today to the cry of the poor, and let God use you today. Become the Good Samaritan. Thank you, and God bless you.
Hey, come on, really. Joey? You Joey? We're really Julie. Okay? Well, Vinny? Let's Vinny. Oh. Okay, let's go this way. Okay. Okay, come here. Come here. Oh, this is Joey.
Comment est Joey? Bien content ouais aujourd'hui. Est-ce que vous avez une bonne santé? Oui.
Does his head hurt?
Est-ce que tête vous fait mal? Temps et temps? Temps et temps, vous tête fait mal? You know, children who have, especially hydrocephalic heads in Haiti, a lot of times people think that there's something wrong with them, and they really are neglected, so terribly neglected. I remember a little baby by the name of Elijah. He was left at our gate for dead, and he was a hydrocephalic baby. And he was found right in front of the bushes where our security guard was. And we were able to get him help, and through another friend of ours, sent him to the hospital. Today, Elijah is thriving. They thought he would never see or hear or anything again, but he's doing well, starting to talk and doing well, all because he just fell into the right hands. Isn't it amazing when God sends a child that falls right into the right hands at the right time, that God provides? And that's why you're there, and that's why you're watching this program. Thank you, and God bless you.
There are multitudes of malnourished babies and starving children who live in Haiti. Babies and children who, if not helped, will join the hundreds who are dying daily. Lack of food, clean water, sanitary conditions, and medical care mean children under the age of 5 are at the highest risk. Love a Child medical teams are reaching out to these children who have nothing and are giving them hope. Hope to survive, hope to live, and hope to have good health. Love a Child clinics provide assistance to these impoverished children who have never seen a doctor or received medical care. We need your help now. $50 sponsors 50 children to visit the medical clinic. $100 sponsors 100 children, and $1,000 provides a clinic for an entire village. You may also provide a family with a complete package of medication for only $20. Will you hear the cry of the poor now and allow your heart to be touched? Remember, $50 sponsors 50 children to visit the clinic, $100 sponsors 100 children, and $1,000 provides a clinic for an entire village. You may also supply a complete family pack of medication for these poor families to take home for only $20 apiece. Please call the number on your screen now or write today and say, "I want to help the hurting children of Haiti."
Okay, Poppy. This is Mr. Raymond. Doctor's giving him a shot. He has a very bad abscess in his knee, so he's just giving him some lidocaine right now, but he's in excruciating pain, but this has to be done because the doctor said this infection can spread all the way to his bones, and if he wasn't treated, he could eventually have to have his leg amputated if it came to the case like that. He's not been to any doctor since he fell. He fell on a Haitian hoe in the garden, and it's a big, huge hoe sticking up. So he hit himself so hard, and he's in such bad pain. Okay, baby, okay. He knows the doctor's got to clean this wound and get it all out, and if he doesn't, it's going to be so bad. Okay, Mr. Raymond, okay. We're right out here in the middle of nowhere, and there's no hospital around here. He doesn't have any money anyway, so this is it, just right out in the middle of nowhere. In the States, everything would be so sterile. No dust, no wind, no nothing out here. We're out here in the middle of nowhere where the wind is blowing, and it's very unsanitary, but it has to be done. Boudoulé. Here. Come on. Boy. Ow. If you're listening to this program and watching it right now, this is the real thing. There's nothing scripted. We are right out here doing hands-on medical work in the middle of nowhere. And if you'd like to pray about sponsoring a clinic, this is what we do all the time. Pray about sponsoring a clinic with a gift of $1,000 or helping with a gift of any amount. There'll be numbers that come on the screen. No, Pop Mori. He said I'm going to die. He said he's not going to die. The numbers are on your screen. If you can help, please do it. Please let God touch your heart. Because we spent a lot of time organizing this trip to come all the way out here, and everybody's pulling their weight. But you can be the hands and feet of Jesus. You can be the Good Samaritan today. Please help if you can. Please help. God bless you.
Ça qui est arrivé, monsieur, abscelle gagnant était capable de venir plus profond. Et puis, s'il vient plus profond, il était pour atteindre Zoa. Et puis, arriver dans Zoa, c'était encore plus difficile encore. Tu as même demandé pour retirer, couper pied côté le gain abcès parce que c'est vraiment dangereux côté zone côté le gain abcès. Donc il était en fait il changer aspect pour pied capable tout par rapport avec en bas et puis en l'air tout aspect pied a changé. Donc on a retiré toute partie non pour pas bon ou capable ça là toute partie pas bon on a retiré de manière que pour qu'on est capable de venir saine pour capable joindre sang pour capable de nourrir très bien. OK? Longez Pierre.
Moi c'est Gabriel Kelly, m'a dit bienvenue parce que c'est service à prendre moi sans l'argent, si me déguer l'argent. Si vous l'argent, je vais connaître comment faire parce que grâce quel est beau Dieu pour moi. Là m'a laver avec coton blotter sur dans parce que tellement t'as souffert, ça te fait mal.
Thank you to all those who've given, large or small, because everybody works together. No matter what your gift is, a widow's mite, whatever it is, everybody works together. And when we all pull together, we do what we can do. God does the rest. Your gifts, large or small or widow's mite, everything is so important to God and to these people.
He just fell in his garden and hit the hoe on his knee, and so he had a huge abscess, and it was pretty nasty looking. Back at home, you know, people would come see me in the urgent care and I'd lance it open and give them some antibiotics and go on their way, and they don't even have to have insurance. I mean, they can come in and then they could just pay on it. Here, that's not an option. So he's had it for a couple weeks now, and it looked pretty bad. So Dr. James was able to actually lance it open, and I put him on some antibiotics, and we were able to take care of him. But if it would have continued, he could have got septic and died from this. We're really blessed in the United States. So I'm thankful that I was able to come here and help. Being able to actually provide people care, it's very life-changing for me.
They just don't have anything. They don't have water. They don't have food. They're probably not going to get an education. The picture is so much broader and bigger when you look at all these people on Haiti that have literally nothing, absolutely nothing. No electricity, no running water, no bathroom, no job, no clothes. The life is so unbelievably hard. We have to do something.
It's just been such a blessing to see that firsthand, to experience it firsthand, to know that what I'm doing is making a difference, and I am with an organization that is making a huge difference here in Haiti. So I urge you, if it is on your heart to help this organization at all, whether it be to sponsor one child or sponsor a family of 4 or 5, or to sponsor an entire village, or to even go as far as to sponsor an entire clinic like what we are doing, those options are available for you, and I can promise you that it is 100% going to be used and going to where you want it to go.
There are multitudes of malnourished babies and starving children who live in Haiti. Babies and children who, if not helped, will join the hundreds who are dying daily. Lack of food, clean water, sanitary conditions, and medical care mean children under the age of 5 are at the highest risk. Love a Child medical teams are reaching out to these children who have nothing and are giving them hope. Hope to survive, hope to live, and hope to have good health. Love a Child clinics provide assistance to these impoverished children who have never seen a doctor or received medical care. We need your help now. $50 sponsors 50 children to visit the medical clinic. $100 sponsors 100 children, and $1,000 provides a clinic for an entire village. You may also provide a family with a complete package of medication for only $20. Will you hear the cry of the poor now and allow your heart to be touched? Remember, $50 sponsors 50 children to visit the clinic, $100 sponsors 100 children, and $1,000 provides a clinic for an entire village. You may also supply a complete family pack of medication for these poor families to take home for only $20 apiece. Please call the number on your screen now or write today and say, "I want to help the hurting children of Haiti."
Our brand new book is being released, Love is Something You Do. You know, it's all about Haiti and the adventures of Haiti. Cher and I as missionaries living in Haiti, and all about the children who steals your heart. But it's also about our earlier days in America, and one of the stories in the book is about when I first learned to fly an airplane. The first hour when I got my license, Mr. Faith wanted to ride. He didn't know I just got my license. And we hit a bad weather, he thought we was gonna crash. And he was married and he was holy, but all of a sudden he started confessing his sins. I told him, I turned around and said, "Brother, tell God everything." Well, if you want to know the rest of the story, request the book, Love is Something You Do.
For your free copy of Bobby and Sherry Burnett's new book, Love is Something You Do, simply give your gift of any amount and request the book. Call the number on your screen, write to the address, or go to the website and give your gift now. Remember, to receive your free copy of Bobby and Sherry's new book, Love is Something You Do, simply give your gift of any amount and request the book.
You know, I want to continue from last week's program on the ministry segment. You know, I'm sprinting in rain out here. It's been raining hard. The people are still lined up. They're all inside this little shed here. They're all inside the church over here. They're inside the back building, and they're still coming. This is an emergency after Hurricane Matthew. But I want to give you a word from the mission field. I told you a story last week. I want to continue the story. What do you do after a disaster or a great tragedy? And you're discouraged. You know what to do. King David went out to pursue the enemy. The enemy outsmarted King David. They backtracked. They came around and went back into the city of Ziklag. They stole all of his children, all of his wives, all of his soldiers' wives and children. Then they left, and after they left, they burnt the city down. The Bible says David, he cried all night. The people spake of stoning him, the whole city. So they burnt down the city after they stole all the children and women. But after David prayed all night, and he cried all night, he didn't pray, he cried all night. But David encouraged himself in the Lord. He is God. The Bible says he went out, he pursued after the enemy. He overtook the enemy. He took back all the wives, all the children. He came back in the city. He won the victory. But I just feel like telling you, someone today, you're going through a tragedy. You've been discouraged. You've been through something, a tragedy, a disaster. I just feel like the Lord is telling me to tell you, but encourage, but encourage yourself in the Lord your God. And you know what? You are going to win the victory over the enemy. Hallelujah. Be like David today. That's why David was a great man. He was a great man of God, not only a great king. David was a great man of God. And all of his faults, all of his failures, God can lift you up and you can win the victory. Remember, no matter what you're facing today, maybe a sickness, disaster, tragedy. People in Haiti has faced a great tragedy. Matthew has gone through here, destroyed tens of thousands, demolished homes and damaged homes by tens of thousands. The Haitians are survivors, but they're going on after this great tragedy. So to encourage you today, encourage yourself in the Lord. The Lord is with you, and you are on the winning side. God bless you. In the middle of nowhere, outside of hurricane severe hit area, God bless you. In the pouring down rain.
So with me is Evie, and we're in the mobile clinic right now in a place called NIP, and people are coming because a lot of these people are people who have suffered during the hurricane, and they said nobody's ever come to see them, nobody's ever come to care about them or take care of them, and they really feel like they're forgotten. And so we came here mostly today to bring this mobile clinic to them, to let them know that they're not forgotten and that someone cares for them.
Okay. Woo. That kid's heavy. Oh no. Oh no. Oh
no. A gift of $25 will help us treat 25 children, and a gift of $50 will help us treat 50 children, or $100 will help us treat 100 children. But your gift of any amount will help us to bring a mobile clinic to children and families in the regions beyond. And we're really out here in the middle of nowhere. Please help us today. Please pray about coming on a mission trip and helping us sometime. We'd welcome you to come. A lot of children have these skin sores and skin infections, and they're really, really hard to get rid of because the kids sit in the dirt, like this little boy that's right in back of me. He's sitting there playing in the dirt. They go there and sit there and play in the dirt where the pigs are, or the flies are, or nasty things are. And if they have one sore that's open, it gets all through their body, and really most of the time turns into a bad infection or impetigo. So then we had to teach them how to treat this, and a lot of times it's really hard to get rid of, so we're glad that they came today. Thank you. God bless you.
Will you hear the cry of the poor now and allow your heart to be touched? Remember, $50 sponsors 50 children to visit the clinic, $100 sponsors 100 children, and $1,000 provides a clinic for an entire village. You may also supply a complete family pack of medication for these poor families to take home for only $20 apiece. Please call the number on your screen now or write today and say, I want to help the hurting children of Haiti.
This is Mr. Fevry. He got a tooth pulled about a week ago, with what we would call a leaf doctor, somebody who just lives way back there in the mountains, who just does, you know, herbs and things like that. So this doctor pulled his tooth, but what we think happened was that he had infection in the tooth before the tooth was pulled. So it's caused him to have this huge abscess yesterday. It's on his left side. And he came yesterday in such excruciating pain that he was crying. And for a Haitian man to cry, that means a lot of pain. So our doctor here in the mobile clinic, Dr. Edmond, he had him he's going to be rinsing his whole mouth out today with betadine for about 30 minutes. And then he was supposed to give him another injection today, but we're out of medicines. We're running out of medicines. So we're coming here today just to rinse his mouth out. He's probably going to give him some more pain medicine, just check him out. But he said if he had not come and gotten his injection yesterday of antibiotics, that this would have gone up to his head and it would have killed him. It would have killed him. So we're so glad that he came today. Come in our bush. Okay. Okay, Sherry. Okay. Oh, pas crier. Okay, it's gonna be okay. Okay. On connaît les faits mal. It's okay, honey. It's okay. Here, Sherry. Où va puis bon? Où va puis bon? Bon Dieu, guérir, Sherry. Okay? Qu'on les fait mal, mais quand il y a des sons au plus bon jeudi à passer hier, chaque jour va venir plus bon, ou get gros infection, les prend un petit temps pour sauter. OK? Bye bye au Monty. Bye bye au Monty. OK? Vous allez à l'église ici? OK.
Well, Sherry right now is taking care of the man who has had a dental emergency. For lack of money and help, he went to a leaf doctor and got a tooth extraction, and it got infected. But if you notice, Sherry there's something so special about her life to be able to talk to the people in their language, to speak Creole, to be able to calm them, to be able to pray for them. She birthed these medical clinics. If you watch her, she's so tender with the people, so sweet, so loving. And I think that love with the medicine is what makes the difference. It really is. And I just thank God. I thank God for every person who's gotten behind them, whether they've come here themselves on a missions trip or whether they, from a long way away, just were touched by God and they sent their money, because it really is. Love is something that you do and it changes lives. And I just give God thanks for Bobby and Sherry. Thank you.
Well, we're here in a mobile clinic in a town called Nip in the southern peninsula of Haiti. And we were asked to come here, rather someone begged us to come here. A pastor, local pastor, Pastor Bouchon, begged us to come here with the mobile clinic. And he said that since the very bad hurricane that hit Haiti, not one organization, nobody had ever come here to do any medical help, to offer any help whatsoever. And he felt like everybody forgot about him. And you know what? God didn't forget about him. The Lord sent us here, and we're here today, and especially because one of our partners sponsored this mobile clinic so we could be here today. We're here, we're bathing the wounds of the children, and we're getting ready to put medicine on them, and all day long we've been doing surgeries here, taking care of children with oozing nasty head wounds and just very, very, very bad impetigo and all kinds of wounds. But today you can help. And here's what you can do. You say, Bobby and Sherry, what can I do? For $50, you can sponsor 50 children to come to our mobile clinic. For $100, you can sponsor 100 children to come to our mobile clinic. And for $1,000, you can sponsor a whole entire mobile clinic just like this one. And if God has richly blessed you, pray about sponsoring 2 or 3 villages. And then, of course, we have our family packs. Our family packs is something that we're going to be giving to every mom on the very last day, the people that we can't see. Maybe we're getting ready to close down the clinic, and everybody said, I have to get to the doctor, I have to get some medicine. These family packs right here contain so many medicines that the mothers can take home. And you can supply one family pack for a gift of $20, and maybe you want to sponsor 1 or 2, but do whatever God lays upon your heart. And Evie, my friend Evie, we've been working here all day. Tell us about some of the things that's been happening.
Oh, Sherry, we've seen a lot of fungus. We're really at one of the points of, I would call it the end of the earth, because we're really right here by the coast. The land can't go any farther. The shore is right here. This was a hurricane impact area. The roof is off the local church. Love a Child's helped tarp the roof, and we're here with a medical clinic, and we've seen a whole lot of infection due to fungus. The people have had difficulty getting water and just simple things that could help them stay clean. But we've seen some very bad infections, especially the man who came just a few minutes ago, and the Dr. James said that if he hadn't gotten help, the infection could have gone to the bone and he could have had his leg cut off. But I'm so thankful for everybody who's here on the team, because it's just amazing how the setup went so well this morning. And we've seen a lot of people. I think, Sherry, you saw 90 people in the first hour. In the first hour, that is so amazing to see 90 people an hour, and some of them were even in wound care.
And you know, I can't tell you how many people come up and hugged our necks and thanked us and said, we felt like everybody forgot about us. But they said, God sent you. You know, you're right there in your living room, and maybe you feel sometimes like everybody's forgotten about you, but God has not forgotten about you either. God cares about you, and He cares about these little children, these people here in Haiti who are so poor. Please respond with whatever God lays upon your heart. Say, Bobby and Sherry, I can help with a gift of $50. Let me sponsor 50 children to come. Let me sponsor 100 children to come. Let me sponsor an entire mobile clinic. Or you could say, Bobby and Sherry, I have $20. Let me sponsor a mobile clinic pack, a little pack of medicine. Or do whatever God lays upon your heart. But do something. When we all pull together, we can do great things for God. The address is on the screen. There'll be a toll-free number. Pick it up and do something you've never done before. Help someone you don't know, and God will bless you. This is Sherry Burnett speaking for Bobby, who's not here today. We love you and appreciate you. Respond. Please help the children. God bless you.